Hi everyone, and welcome to Math 146 online for winter term 2023. So your course is published. This is just a quick walkthrough video just so you can know how to start. Everything's pretty much listed on the modules and in your homepage, announcements and things, but just wanted to get you going. First, you're going to go into the course. If you go to your home page, you'll see some messages here, some announcements. Only two will show at a time, the most recent two. So if you want more announcements, go here and you'll see as they develop, or old ones if you want to go back to that. So when you click your home page, or just enter the course, you'll end up on your home page and you'll see your weekly outline. You'll have the getting started information right here. So this is your scope and sequence for the entire course too. Even though everything's not posted in modules yet, it will become available as the weeks go on. Usually for the first few weeks, you can work like a week or two ahead, and then near the end, I'll open up the remainder of the course. But this is what it looks like. You can get to any of your modules by clicking on this page. So we'll go to the Getting Started module, or you can just click over here and click on your modules page, but make sure you read the announcements first. Oh, and that to-do list on the side, I'll just go back here. This to-do list, I would just, kind of ignore that, because you're going to work in modules. If you're trying to work off just what's due, just click them and get rid of them, because you won't see everything that you need to see in your modules. You need to work in sequence at first. And it is a sequential course, being math, so you definitely want to work in sequence. The first module you do have to work, it's step blocked in order, but after that it's open. You won't be able to access any content at all until you go through this Getting Started module, just to make sure you don't miss anything really important. So if there's something that's blocking you up, let me know, and we can talk about that. So the first thing you're going to click on here is instructor contact info. Not sure why the picture's not showing there. Get that going, but here's my student hours, and that just means when I'm available to you. If you want to do Zoom online, you can just email me, message me. I don't leave the Zoom open all day, and I do teach during the week as well in person, so I have some in-person hours, but we can always Zoom for online as well. So that's just a little bit about me. Then you're going to click next. Well, first you're going to see, are there any tasks to do on this page? There isn't. So here we do textbook and technology. There's a video there to show you a little more about that. You do not need to buy anything, but if you want to, you can. Here's the PDF file. It is a large file, and you get your sections posted in each assignment they pertain to, so you don't need to do that, but you can. GeoGebra is a fantastic site. You'll get lessons on how to do that. But if you want to bookmark that, you can. How to upload scanned work if you're not familiar. There's directions. If you have an iPhone, that is really convenient, but you can do it on an Android as well. Having the Canvas app is helpful for that, makes it really convenient. The app in general is not necessarily complete. It doesn't show you everything the same way it would as it would on a desktop, but for uploading, checking messages, looking at grades and things, it's good. Here's your syllabus. Really read through that thoroughly. Big thing is there's a late penalty 5% each day late, but it does cap off after a week. So you can still go back in even at the end of the term, although that is not desired. It will, you know, it's available to you. I just want to go back to your syllabus briefly and show you how you can open it up, or you could download it and have it handy. But basically, the breakdown on this is you have your student hours when I'm available to you, or by appointment always, your course level outcomes and things like that, your textbook, your other materials that you need. Everything's free. It's open source. Here's the breakdown of your grades. You do have a couple of small projects that will incorporate the tools and things that you've been learning in class and the concepts. Basically, you have video lessons and some problems to do, and then you have homework, electronic homework, usually some written things and activities and such. Every unit there'll be a quiz, and then there's a midterm and a final project. Attendance, you're expected to check in, pick a few days a week that you'll work on math, or if you like to do a little bit every day, that's up to you, but things are due every week, just in chunks. So it's not expected that you would do it all in that due date, that you should be checking ahead of time and figuring out your own schedule so that you can be flexible. Here's the late policy, 5% deduction per day late, but it caps off at minus 35%. Basically academic honesty about not cheating, and here's some tips for you. And then that weekly outline is also down here as well as in Canvas, so that you can get a general scope and sequence. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next page. You can actually just expand and minimize like that. If you aren't familiar with Canvas, that's helpful. So here's a syllabus questionnaire. Just go ahead and click that and take the quiz. Basically, I'm just asking if you read your syllabus, or if you have any questions about it and things like that. So make sure you do read through that and answer honestly. If you're not sure about something or you see a contradiction, let me know. I know there was something I just had to edit out, that there was a 24-hour grace period. There was a different late that was in there from the old version. So if you see that, always go by that 5% per day late, and then it caps off. So you can go back in and do things even at the end of the term, and you'll still get at least 65% of the grade. Netiquette, basically be nice to each other online, be appropriate. So on this page, if I just were to read that and click next, then it tells me I can't move on. So read this and go back here, and then you can click mark as done. That's your task on that page to complete. That's what you're going to do on your electronic homework pages as well, just so you know that you've done it. That's kind of the purpose of this as well, because every module, even though you don't have to do it in order for your content, it gives you little check marks. I have it set up as a system so you can track. So it gives you a good tracking mechanism. So it doesn't look like if you just open something and then you go back to it later, but you really haven't completed it. We want to make sure that you're really done with it on certain things. For the next page, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to go out of this. I'm going to click back at modules instead of clicking next, because I need to take a break, say. So then I have my check marks all here. So I know where to take up next time. And this is the introduce yourself and I don't want this all your information to show in the video, so I'm actually gonna stop here and get it set up so that doesn't show. So when you actually open this for real, you'll see people's discussions below, but for you, you got some prompts here. Make sure you read that stuff about etiquette and follow it. You don't have to answer everything in great detail, just kind of tell about yourself. 6 points for that, but also 2 points for responding to others. And the way you start your thing is to click in this reply box, okay? So I am going to go ahead and just do a little sample one so I can be able to move on. And then I would click post reply. Okay, but again, I'm gonna stop the video so that we keep private. So once you actually contribute to the page, you could just click next and move on, or go back to modules and take up where you left off. The next thing is a mathography, and that's just telling about yourself. And then in order to do this one, we want to test out if you can upload scanned work. So you do need to submit a file. So you're going to click Start Assignment, which is a little weird way to do it because you actually start when you're reading it and fill it out and do that. But to submit it, you have to click Start Assignment. And then down here will pop up to submit. So I'm going to just basically, I'm going to submit just the syllabus just to get it going. If you need to ask me questions, you can comment here, but you do need to submit something to do that first. Those will go right to my email. And then now that I've done that, I can move on. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to move on. And this is the My Open Math. You don't want to redeem a late pass. We don't even need that because it's just open till the end of the course. The late deductions happen through Canvas for these. So you're going to this is just how to use the system. So you're going to go question by question. You can look at the drop down menu and skip around if you want. You can always just go problem by problem as well. And then you'll submit here. It doesn't like it because I didn't pick anything, but if I want to submit here, I have to click submit on the problem and it will automatically save. Another tool here is Message Instructor. You can click that and ask me questions, a specific question about it. And then there is an announcement on how to check for replies. If I want to just be done, I click done there, but it's not the same as getting your check mark here. So mark as done, I'm going to click so that I get my check mark and I can move through. You can go back into this anytime and click resume. And the next thing is just remote learning support for you. And I think that goes in a different window. So we want to get back to where we were. We can just go back to our modules. And then you can ask me any questions here about course navigation. Then once you do that, you'll have access to your content. Just follow through the same way. And I will go through a different video for that. Have a great day.